we're all bearing up, all well I hope. Right, that's me done for the day. In fact, I've come back to load up for a fresh start tomorrow. Now, I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing a bit of festive shopping, which I'm totally going to enjoy, because I love this time of year. The smiles on the kids' faces and the families' faces, the camaraderie, the organisation, who's coming to which house, who's going where, the arguments around the cooker. Beautiful. And of course, the celebration of one. Now, thank you all those who commented on my latest post. Really appreciate it. And please be patient with me, because I like to reply to them all, but there's been so many. Now, there's certain comments in there I want to address, because I sense a bit of insecurity, a bit of uncertainty, a bit of anticipation. Those would be the comments. Dean, please don't split the vote. Please, Dean, reform are the only way. When I'm reading it, I don't see intent. It's like you're just doing something for the sake of it. So I'm going to address this. I've had the privilege to deliver speeches in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And when I deliver my speeches, ladies and gentlemen, I don't use autocue. I don't use my phone. I don't use pen and paper. The words simply come from my heart of love, strength and passion. So you may hear me stutter on a few words. You may hear me pronounce a few words incorrectly. You may see me put my head down while I gather my thoughts and my adrenaline and look up. So forgive me if you notice any of the latter. Now, when I'm delivering these speeches, I look amongst the faces of the beautiful British people, and I see many mixed emotions. I see faces of hope, faces of happiness, faces of worry, faces of anger, faces of concern. And it's quite hard to remain focused. Now, when I'm done, I like to interact with the people, create conversations, ask them where they've come from, where they've travelled down from, what they do for a living, what are their intentions, what are their beliefs, why are they here, you know, and just genuine smiles. Now, I'm hugged by women of all ages. And as I'm hugged, their tears embrace my cheeks. My hand is shook firmly and strongly by true gentlemen. Now, that strong handshake is a sign of support. Now, this is way before I decided to make the decision to join Ukip. The support was huge. Ladies and gentlemen, the British people, us, have never faced so adverse, immense times as we face now. In fact, I've got to go back many, many years. Probably to about 1914. We are up against it. I don't like to bear you bad news, but our country, she is on her knees. So any step we take forward, any little step, is a step of progression. These little steps will create good foundations, good infrastructure for us to completely start moving forward with intent. This has to be done with your support, and I believe it will be done with the United Kingdom Independence Party. We have a great young enthusiastic leader, a great chairman, people in the background, ladies and gentlemen, with a look of intent and the same passion and the same beliefs as me and you. Please listen. My working hands, these hard-working hands, your hard-working hands, the hard-working hands of generations before us, have worked hard and earned money, and the money earned has been taxed heavily. And it seems that that money is used to equip the enemy who wishes to attack our culture and our British values. These actions of convention are the actions of small calculated minds of ladies and gentlemen who wish to attack our culture. Calculated minds, I tell you. And the same calculated minds are watching this video and saying, Dean, how dare you? How dare you raise this conversation? How dare you talk about this subject? Which my reply to the small calculated mind is this: because I simply do not have the right not to. I do not have the right not to. It is our wives that cannot get doctor's appointments. It is our nans and granddads that sit on hospital floors whilst waiting for a bed. It is our children that cannot get school places. It is our areas, my area, what has become unrecognisable. My community has become unrecognisable. Street signs, local economies, shops have changed. In fact, one needs a translator to read and understand where I am. Whispers echo. Your beliefs are not welcome here. My beliefs what have stood firmly since 1731. And And there's only 2 of us left because we felt strangers. We felt strangers in our own community, in our own lands. And you call this diversity? You call this diversity? In these tough times, ladies and gentlemen, the times of small calculated minds who wish to attack, they will create men of the moment. And these men of the moment will sweep aside them calculated minds and will retaliate with strength, and as will you, and create a better future. Now in the summer, this country faced hard times, very hard times. 2 men led, 2 gentlemen stepped forward. They drank pints and smoked cigarettes on the camera to relate to the working class. They put on a pair of wellies and donned a neatly pressed barber jacket to relate to the farmers. However, during tough times during the summer, they took the action of silence. And whilst the concerned people of Great Britain stood and tried to make a stand, attending rallies, the same 2 gentlemen who call themselves leaders described me and you as that lot. That lot. Quote, I don't want nothing to do with that lot. Now I ask you this, are those true words of a leader? Are those true words who describe the British patriots as that lot of a true British statesman? Or are those words one of a capitalist and one of a gender? Now I have a thing called dignity and integrity. They're my traits. Now I'm sorry, my traits are passed down to me by my forefathers, my granddads, the men of my family and the women. I will not compromise my dignity or my integrity, because those traits passed down to me from my great granddad. They led men across Europe to stand in the world wars. Even though they was the underdog, they led men, they went with complete bravery. Some returned home, some died as heroes. Whilst my nans stayed here and helped out in the hospitals, they cleared rubble. That is the British strength. And that was passed down to me, and that is my strength. One strength I feel a lot of you have forgot you've got. We're a nation known as strength. We're progressive. And I feel the fight has been beaten out of us. And you need to remember who you are. So I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but I will not stand by someone who describes me or my people as that lot. When they took the action of silence, those who decided to stand with faces of concern, attended rallies, and tried to speak of concern and worry for the future for their unborn grandkids, described as that lot. Now, I like to look into the two gentlemen's eyes, and I like to look very, very closely, because when I look in terms of confrontation, I look for strength, I look for passion, I look for drive, and I don't see that. Them 2 gentlemen, I don't see that. Now, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Nigel and Richard, it's not a bad thing. But what is a bad thing is when you tell people you are those leaders and you're not. Rallying people up the hill and then disappearing. Now, I bid Nigel and Richard only the best because I'm a true gentleman. Just because I won't vote, I don't have to do with them. It's not personal, it's my dignity. I would rather walk around naked, drink water and eat bread than compromise my values and my strengths. What you do is what you do. I don't judge. It's your personal opinion, it's your personal right. Because I'm sure when we do go over that, well, we will go together. We'll come together. But why I ask you this, the kickback in the summer, we see certain communities parading the streets with machetes and weapons, attacking vulnerable white British people. To deliver these strengths and changes this country needs to be better, do you not think there's going to be a backlash? We need a strong leader, someone who can deliver. And I don't think these 2 have it. I'm sorry. Like I said, nothing personal. You're a born leader or you're not. Now, when I decided to join Ukip, the United Kingdom Independence Party, no loved ones or close ones were aware of my decision. No one knew about my decision. In fact, I took a job on locally where I was alone, surrounded by horses, goats, sheep, birds of prey. No emotion could affect my decision. It had to be one that I made personally. In fact, a friend of mine who's in prison at the moment wasn't even aware of my intentions and my movement, and I'm sure upon his release we'll have a conversation, we'll have a chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Ukip, the United Kingdom Independence Party, will take a new course. As I've said, this course of politics will be one of honesty, one of strength, one of passion. It will act for the British people, it will speak for the British people, and it will deliver. It will ignite a flame that the small calculated mind cannot extinguish. And we need your support to do so. The same support that built up Reform within 7 months. We need you to make the correct decision. Now, it's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. What I want you to do, kiss your kids, kiss your grandkids, go see mum and dads, go see nanas and granddads. Please check on the elderly in your streets, make sure everyone is well and safe. And enjoy, be kind, be nice. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you, God bless me, God bless our motherland, God bless the strength. Thank you.